Today we're talking about the cost of living in Utah versus California. If you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe to find out everything about living in the great state of Utah. I am Becca Summers with Seasons Real Estate, your local Utah resource. So everyone out there loves the comparing videos of what it's like to live in Utah versus what it's like to live in California. So I thought I'd do a breakdown for you to show you. So the primary areas we're talking about is LA County in Utah, because that is actually where a lot of people coming to Utah are moving from, is that LA area. So the median income in LA County is $71,000 a year. The median income in Utah is $68,000 a year. So they're pretty close. So let's talk about what it actually costs to live in both areas. The median purchase price in California is $552,000. The median purchase price in Utah is $335,000. Now, if we're talking about Utah County and Salt Lake County, it's a little bit higher, but because I don't have as much access to the data in California, I went with the statewide information. So I'm sure the median price for LA County is probably a lot higher than $552,000. So then I decided to run the numbers on what you'd actually get for these purchase prices. So in LA, you would get a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house that's about 1,100 square feet, built in the 70s. In Utah, you would get a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house that's about 2,200 square feet that was built in the 90s. So I thought it would be fun to see what the median purchase price in Utah would get you in California versus what the median price of California would get you in Utah. So at a $335,000 purchase price in California, you could get a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 500 square foot single family home for the same price that you could get a house in Utah that would be 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,200 square feet. So kind of different. And then for the median purchase price in California, it would be $550,000, and in Utah you could get a 5,600 square foot new construction home in Saratoga Springs. And in California, you were getting a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,100 square feet. So your money goes a lot farther when you come to Utah than it does in LA. So why would people come from California to Utah? We have a very diverse economy. A bunch of economists have put together lists of the best place to invest your money with everything going on in the economy, and Utah is number 1 for short-term investment and number 2 for long-term investment, and the study was done by Metro Study. So the top 4 jobs in California are agriculture, tech, tourism, and the motion picture industry. So in Utah, we have mining, agricultural, tech, manufacturing, finance, and petroleum. So we have a large array of different jobs that people could potentially come into, which helps our economy stay a lot more stable when things happen to the economy as a whole, because none of our industries are hit at the same time as hard. So during the last recession, we rebounded a lot quicker than some states. So let's compare the numbers apples to apples. Let's say you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in LA. I was trying to be conservative and I went for the cheapest house I could find, though it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in LA. It was priced at $638,000. Now they go clear up to $2.5 million, but I thought I would go safer on the number just to make sure we have a similar comparison. So your principal and interest payment on that property, assuming you put 20% down, would be $2,400 a month. Now, same scenario in Utah, you want a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, and I found one in Spanish Fork currently for sale for $235,000. With that same scenario, 20% down, your principal and interest payment would be $930 a month. Now, there's other things that have to be assessed when it comes to your monthly payment. That's your credit score. This was assuming a 4% interest rate, which for right now wouldn't be a great interest rate depending on what your credit score is. And then you have additional costs with your mortgage payment, like your taxes and your insurance. But I couldn't get a good read for the property taxes in California, so I didn't want to add that to this video. But the difference in savings between that California property and the Utah County property is $18,000 a year, which more than makes up for the $3,000 difference in our median income between California and Utah. So the last thing I want to cover is taxes. So California's taxes for their median income would be 26% of their income would be going towards taxes. Now in California, you also have a lot of special taxes extra costs for plastic bags, taxes on caffeine, just extra expenses when it comes to your everyday living. In Utah, for our median income, the personal taxes would be 24%. So they're only about 2% off when it comes to our median incomes, but we don't have as much excess tax beyond your personal taxes. So now we're going to talk about sales tax. Sales tax in California is 7.2%, and in Utah it is 4.5%. So your purchases are a little bit more affordable here in Utah because you're paying less towards your taxes. Now, one thing that Utah and California have in common is traffic. We do have one major freeway that goes north to south that does have traffic, but it's not hour-long traffic. You'll probably have an extra 45 minutes if you commute during rush hour times. So you're obviously thinking about moving to Utah, especially if you made it this far in the video. So reach out to me today and we'll go over the pros and cons of moving to Utah. I help people transition from California to Utah quite frequently, so I know what it takes to help you find a house when you're living out of state and organize the contract to close process. So reach out today here on YouTube, message me, or send me an email. I'd love to hear from you.